What is going on?
What's up? We lost somebody.
Hey, I seen him take off running. I have a question for y'all. I have a question. So when we're all sitting down at the bottom, can you see us all down at the bottom as well?
No,
I can only see myself.
ourselves.
That's a good thing. So
Only
when
the
I'm over
host
here,
can see everybody.
that's great. So when I'm over here like dancing and stuff, I mean, y'all have no
Nobody
idea
can
that's going on.
see
Good,
No.
good.
Only the host sees everybody.
He keeps rubbing this in. You know that
Oh.
that Mando just belongs with me.
Is that how we're doing that?
Oh,
It-
belongs
it
with me
just-
too. I need that.
I'm just saying.
It belongs
Is
with
that,
me. I mean,
is that how we're gonna start this show?
That's how we start the show. You gotta pull out your latest acquisition.
Like that? All right. Let's see how we're doing here. Uh-huh.
JB's like, all right, hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
oh,
Yeah.
Let's get in it.
Awesome.
both of those are really, really
I
awesome.
want that one too.
I
I
got-
actually really
yeah.
want that.
I got mine coming. I ordered mine.
You're gonna have to send me an email, not an email, but a message on Instagram when you get ready to do a video on that one, so that I can see the dark saber in his hands.
I want that only because he has the dark saber.
Yeah, the original one it's the same mold and everything, but it doesn't light up. So this one's definitely better. The light up saber.
Jay, he's got my mug over there.
Yeah, if you don't
The
have
mugs he makes.
Wayneko Studios coffee mug.
Get a sticker. Hey, so my voice is gonna be wrecked for the majority of this. I coach swim, I guess, as everybody here knows it, right? I coach a swim team. So I have a kid that is 11 years old. He's in the 7th grade. He swam a 27 second and a 10th 50 freestyle today, which is only 1/10 of a second off from going to a federal to a nationals competition.
Oh, nice.
So I was screaming pretty loud throughout like that whole like 27 seconds.
Nice.
But one
I want to have a word with that timekeeper, man. Come on.
1/10 of a second off. 1/10 of a second. I mean, 1/10 of a second. People think I'm joking with them when I'm like, swim, you can lose by 1/10 of a second. I mean, that's all it takes. It's 1/10 of a second. But he'll get it before the season's over with. Super proud of him. Super proud of him. He's in the 7th grade. He's gonna have a real good swim career. So my voice is going to be like this for a minute, but if we're being honest, if we would have done this last year this time, I probably wouldn't have had a voice, because when we were doing the real competitions, my goal was to scream over the other coaches.
Right.
So my goal was not just to it was to scream over everybody.
Yep.
Lots of fun. So how are we doing today, guys? How are we doing?
Good.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here. What do you mean we're here? Horrible response.
That's what I always say when I say people ask me how I'm doing. I always say I'm here. I'm still here.
Always doing good. Always doing good.
We're here in the episode to really dial up the final.
This one was a really good episode to me. What did y'all
It was.
think?
A lot of
They called it
people-
The Believer.
A lot of people are saying it was filler, but it really wasn't, man.
What
It
was
so
what was
good?
What's
It
that?
was so good.
What was missing from the episode?
No, I thought it was a really good episode.
I thought it was a really good
I
episode.
don't think Grogu even had an appearance.
No, he wasn't in. This is the
No.
first episode he wasn't in.
All right, so this
Episode.
was the second one, right? He wasn't in the very first Mandalorian, was he?
Well, not as a full appearance, but the little hand that came
Right.
out the pod. So yeah,
All right,
if you
so
want to count that.
if y'all remember in season 1 when they brought out Grogu, I think that I had a fear that every one of them was going to start revolving around Grogu. And we were going to kind of lose the Mandalorian in the story, right? I mean, I had that little bit of a fear, right? Because we were in the story for the Mandalorian to begin with. And
Right.
then as it kept going, we all kind of fell in love with Grogu, and at the time it was a child or Baby Yoda or whatever it is we were calling him.
Right.
But I was pleasantly surprised, and it was okay with me that he wasn't in this one. And now
Yeah,
it was okay with me. I mean, the story was still with Grogu. It was still about Grogu, and it was still about going and contacting Grogu. But the story was more Mandalorian based. I really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed this
It
one.
was so good. Some good character
I think
moments. It was so good. So
Of
good.
all the missions,
This is the best one.
it was very tense
Yes.
Yes.
without having a fight scene action. It just seemed like every interaction at that table was so tense as to what
it
was
was
going to
so
happen
good.
next. It was done really well. Yeah,
It was.
Who directed
It
this
was.
episode?
the black guy. I don't remember his name.
I got it. Hold on.
He directed the same episode last year. He directed episode 7, and it was the same episode Bill Burr was in.
So this one wasn't Robert Rodriguez again?
No.
Okay.
No.
This one was Rick Fuka.
Yeah, there you go. That guy.
Is
this the one that plays the role in the? Is this the one that actually has an active role in the Mandalorian?
No, that's Taika Waititi.
This was titled The Believer.
Yes.
Who do you think that was in reference to?
I think it was the Mando.
I think so too.
Yeah. I think
there were multiple things because you got to think even the guy that they sprung from prison. Stuff like
him,
that.
Mayfield, and the officer. All three of them it could be. Yeah.
It could have been in reference to all three of them. I thought it was brilliant. I mean, is it Din Djarin's belief in the Force, or is it him starting to maybe question his belief in his Mandalorian ways?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because throughout the whole episode, like Mayfield was making good points that, based on based on how you're raised and what you're taught, you believe a certain thing, and you believe that you're different from other people. But like you said, at the end of the day, we all go past that point of what we say we won't do when we have to, like when it's really important. And he's like, as long as you can go home and sleep at night, you're doing the same as everybody else. And that's what it was.
Also, just to fact check our fact checker, he actually did number 6 last season.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
The Prisoner. He did The Prisoner.
Yeah. Episode 6. Sorry.
Right. So who was the director again?
Rick Fumaui. I don't know, whatever.
When you're looking at that, do they tell us who the director of the next one is? Because I tried to find that out. I guess that's why I thought it was Robert.
It's written by Jon Favreau. That's all we know.
Oh, so we don't know who the next director is
yet.
I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. It's probably leaked somewhere, but I tend to not really look at that stuff. I try not to.
Jon Favreau has written 6 out of the 8 episodes.
Killing it. Thank you, John. Personally,
I guess I didn't realize that they weren't. I guess I didn't realize that they weren't written by the same person.
No, this episode was written by Rick, and then the one with the Jedi. So that would be the one with Ahsoka was written by Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni, yeah, he wrote and directed that one.
Every other one had been written by Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
that's
it's a cool collaborative effort they have going on there.
It really is. They've got some really good stuff.
People with this stream. I know we don't normally shout out the stream, but it's nice to have some people on the stream. So thanks for watching us, everybody.
Thank you. We got Andy over there. We got Christina.
I know we got Andy. Andy's our buddy from the UK, man. He's always on here.
Christina's over there. She shows up in a lot of our lives. It's really awesome.
Yeah, she hung out with us last night.
Love. But thanks for
love. It's the Brooklyn way.
Like JB said, guys, thank y'all for coming and hanging out.
JB, the opening. So the opening, I'm trying to make, what is it? Oh, it's a wreckage yard. This
scrap yard.
Oh, what are they doing on this scrap yard? Well, really, it's a prison's scrap yard. They're getting that prison labor. And then what's the fella's name that they're going to break out?
I forgot.
Mayfield.
There you go.
Now, is there anything better than a good redemption story, a good redemption arc from Mayfield? And again, in classic fashion, if you paid very close attention to the early trailers, don't ever skip the recap.
Yep, they showed
you.
Yeah,
there was something really important that happened there, because Mayfield's in jail for killing somebody that he did not pull the trigger on. And that scene was shown in the recap. He was in charge of that mission, but it was the other
pull the trigger. Right.
It was the other lady who pulled the trigger and killed that officer. It wasn't him. So I think that's important. Don't ever skip the recap on the Mandalorian, man.
No, never.
So,
it's always. I definitely felt that you felt for Mayfield. I mean, maybe you felt justice was served in last season, but in this one, you definitely felt like, especially we'll get into it, but you definitely felt sympathy for Mayfield.
It's like, and again, it's that thing where you look at somebody and you automatically go, okay, he's a bad guy. I don't like him. He got what he deserved. but then you hear his story and go, well, damn, maybe he's not a bad guy. He's just living his life a certain way based on his circumstance, you know?
Right.
Like he's not really a bad dude.
So Marshall Dune is there to take possession of Mayfield, and he's like, oh, hey, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? And the robot's like, you got 3 seconds to get your butt with
Take your ass home. Start zapping you.
All right. And they start walking towards what's it called? Slave
One.
Slave One. And here comes Boba Fett, and he stops for a second. He goes, oh, I thought you were somebody else. And then boom, here comes
Mando.
Goes, oh man, you came all this way to kill me?
He's like, what, did you come to kill me?
Right.
It's like, oh,
no. So the team is assembled, but they basically, explain, the baby and why we need you, because you have got imperial codes and protocols, which is important. The protocols, how to answer the officers, how to answer the radio.
Yeah,
exactly.
Those types of things are important. Knowing that terminal is going to be located, where that's all important information for a guy who's in jail.
Yep.
So they decided that, hey, we're going to take possession again. We're going to get the team complete. Let's go roll. What's the plan? Well, I think he decides that he's in, and he says, we got to go to Morak.
Morak, yes.
Now, here's where JKL probably dropped something else. I ain't never freaking heard of no Morak before, bro.
Personally,
I figured you guys would answer that for me.
I don't know what Morak represents, but I'm pretty sure it's important. I'm pretty sure the name
Rhydonium refinery.
Yeah, Rhydonium.
Is Rhydonium been mentioned before?
Clone Wars and Rebels, yes.
And Rebels, Rhydonium is mentioned before.
Yes.
And this is a very volatile, very similar to what the Kessel Run. What were they grabbing? It's volatile.
I forgot that.
It's processed. Whatever this energy source is, it's volatile until it's processed.
Exactly.
And the Empire has been harvesting it and has a refinery.
Yes.
So Mayfield's like, I know that there'll be a terminal in this refinery, and if we can get into it, then I can tell you where Moff
Gideon. I knew that was coming.
You knew that was coming. I can tell you where Moff Gideon is, based on his location, because he's in the Empire. We got to know where his ship is.
Right.
And that's the mission. So they said, okay, let's roll. So as they're going up to, they're spotting, and here's the refinery trucks coming in. Okay, you can kind of see this mission. They're gonna take over one of the trucks. They're gonna get in. They're either gonna roll underneath it or something. And Marshall Mayfield says, "Hey, no, we're gonna go in." And they have what do they call it? I can't remember.
Genetic scanners.
Genetic scanners. Yeah. Again, never heard of that before. Just so this is all just new stuff they've thrown out there. So now they got genetic scanners, which means Boba Fett ain't going.
Nope.
And Marshall Dune ain't going because they on the hot list.
Fennec Shan, she ain't going.
They've been identified. Yeah.
So we got the Mando going.
So rubbing it in. Rubbing it in.
Okay, wait. Yeah, do something here.
Yeah, I gotta get a pop. Everybody go get some pops to put up.
Boba Fett ain't going.
Boba Fett's not.
He got the big one.
Come on, he just went up to you. He just went up to you.
Doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter.
Look at you, Boba Fett. Show you, Boba Fett. You know what?
Look at that! Look at that small Boba Fett.
Right. The little one you got.
Small Boba Fett out here.
Who you got?
So
you know what? I'm going home.
So I'm taking my torch. I'm going home.
So he says, Din's like, well, I'll go. And right off the bat, because he zoomed in with his eyes thing, and he saw that they were wearing helmets, and he goes, oh, I'll go. I'm like, all right, we're still not going to see his face. Right. He's going to throw the helmet on, which he does. Now, I got a question. Anyone else on the panel, when he didn't say a word in the first minute or two that Mayfield was talking, did you think just for a second he wasn't in there?
Yeah, no, I thought he was pissed.
I was like,
you thought he was pissed? I thought
he's just pissed.
Second, maybe he's not in there. Maybe they're pulling Kucherooskies, you know.
That's what I thought at first. I mean, I can't necessarily say I thought it, but for a second I was like, is it just even him? Because he's not speaking. Like,
but then he talked, and they had this conversation where Mayfield kind of explains that we're very similar, and he says, no, we're not. And they're going along, and in the distance, well, first they have to slow down to go through the village, and you kind of see the impact that the villagers have. And he makes a statement. He goes, if it wasn't the Empire, it would be the Republic.
It'd be somebody else,
Republic, it would be pirates. These people are just sick, of everybody.
Because it's the same to them. It doesn't matter who's in charge. They're always screwed.
These people are just mining our planet. Just, we got to get out the way.
Yep.
And they, they're cool. They don't go run through the town. They slow down so people get out the way. And in the forefront, you see an explosion, and over the radio, you hear that the transport in front of them is being attacked.
Yep.
Well, that gets interesting because what would you do at this point?
They're like, okay,
what do you think was going to happen here at this point?
I really had no idea. I mean, I know they kept saying that stand by for reroute or whatever, and I was like, okay, they're gonna have to route them somewhere else. Now they're not gonna go to the base. That's what I thought
that was gonna blow the plan up. Because, they're gonna get rerouted, and that's gonna mess up the plan. That's gonna be the twist of the story. That wasn't the twist of the story.
Yeah,
they decide to go hit it. No, go forward. And as they go forward, they're straight up pirates, and these guys are trying to blow up this Rhydonium.
Yes.
The Rhydonium. Again, is a very volatile pre-processed product, and he's watching the meter, and the faster he goes and the bumpier it gets, the redder this thing gets, and he can blow the whole transport up. So he's got to maintain a slower speed. Well, Din's like, all right, well, I guess I got to fight these dudes off, and he pops off a couple rounds. And has anybody ever seen a gun run out of freaking bullets before?
No. It's Star Wars. Yep. So that was the thing.
I've ever seen them, like, he's out of bullets.
All except for they are the only troopers that can actually hit what they're aiming for.
Yeah. Well, remember, basic stormtroopers were the ones with the bad shots. As you got more and more promotions, they got better shots.
They figured out if you had good aim, you could get promoted.
Get promoted. Remember the joke that they said with Mayfield when he was saying he was a stormtrooper, and he was like, I wasn't a bad stormtrooper. Like, I was a good shot. And he proved it at the end. So, nice callback.
So, tell me, when he gets up on top, and we've seen this fight scene in numerous
video games.
Yeah.
I mean,
everything.
Game, every movie, there's always
the fight on top of the truck,
on top of the train, or on top of the transport, or on top of the big rig, or on top of the whatever.
Yep.
But what did this feel like when he first jumps up there? What movie comes to mind? For me, for some reason, it just reminded me, because they're in the dirt and the transport, reminded me of an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Solo, but that's what popped in my head.
It instantly went to video game for me. I was like, "Oh, this is the video game part of the video game segment episode."
I've seen this before. Hold on.
I was like, "Well, this is the video game part. Here we go."
Yeah, I was just like, "Okay, random fight on the back of the truck." Okay.
During this fight, as Din's gonna do his thing against all these guys, what does he realize real quickly?
This is not his armor.
The same armor.
Yes.
He's like, I got on armor, but I don't have all my gadgets and gizmos.
The first strike to the, he goes, it's like he
goes down.
And it just blows up the armor. He goes down to one knee and is like, whoa, wait a minute. This isn't my regular armor. Where normally he would have taken that and, dealt some damage. Yep. So, he does his thing. I think it was a really well sequenced, action scene. What did you guys think?
Oh yeah,
video game. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Loved every second of it. Look, all the way down to where those guys. Look, you could see where he was getting toward the final stages of the video game. When you're playing a video game and it progressively gets harder and it progressively gets harder, and all the way to the end where they were riding up and they're all hitting their little grenades. You're like, yep, video game like all the way.
Well, especially when he grabbed the grenade, he kicked those guys off, grabbed the grenade, threw it back. I was like, cool, this is the end. He threw it back, blew up those two, and then all of a sudden, five more. Like, where the hell did these 5 come from?
And they just all come in grenades ready. They ain't even They're like, screw
We're not doing this no more.
I'm going to ask the panel. I'm going to ask anybody in the chat. I'm going to ask anybody watching on the rewind. Is that the first time you ever rooted for some TIE fighters to come in?
Yeah. And the thing is, when you saw him standing there and you saw them coming, you knew something was coming. You knew something was coming. And then when the TIE fighters came over and started shooting them up, and then the stormtroopers came running out, you were like, yes! And then you're like,
I never rooted for a fighter before to come in like that, man.
Well, to me, at the end there, when they had all the 5 coming in, and Mando just kind of stands up and on the back and just, you could tell he's already shaking. He's been beat up because he doesn't have his normal armor. And to me, it was kind of a Captain America moment. He just sat up and was like, all right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
Yep.
Hey, but even the Marshal, what's her name? Dune? Even she commented, I've never been so happy to see the TIE fighters.
Yeah.
And so even she made the comment, when they come in, that, they were saving the day.
And that was another one of those tropes they use where they switch the perspective on the audience. And you kind of realize that, they're supposedly the bad guys, but they're fighting just like the Republic is fighting. Like, they're people. They're fighting for what they believe is their cause.
And since they're the only transport that makes it back, these guys are like...
Yeah, they're heroes. It was like the end of A New Hope when they blew up the Death Star. They came back to a hero's welcome, man.
People are, giving them pats on the back, and he's never taken his helmet off.
Saluting and everything. Yeah.
Never taken his helmet off, no issue. And Din and Mayfield walk straight to the officer's break room because Mayfield knows there'll be a terminal in there, and that's where we can get our information.
Yep.
And Mayfield's prepared to go, and as he takes one step into the officer's terminal, I don't know what this cat's name is. What was his name? Did anybody catch it?
I don't remember his name. I didn't write it down.
I didn't write it down. I don't remember.
He glanced at him. Mayfield was like, no, this guy knows me. I can't go in there. We got to abort this mission. This guy's going to recognize me. We got to go. He's a bad man. And Din's like, no, dude, we've come too far. I'll do it. He goes, no, you don't understand. The terminal needs to see your face. It needs to see a facial recognition.
Yep. To make sure you're not a criminal or something.
Yeah. And I always mention that those moments where he's got a freaking helmet on, folks, and he can still body language an emotion.
Yeah.
He does it with the slight tilt of that head, and he gives it, and you're like, he's going to fucking do this.
Yeah.
And he says, all right, I'll do it. And he takes the stick and he walks in with the helmet. And I'm like, okay, let's see what happens here. Now, that guy who was dropping the eyes, he's peeping the scene the whole time. And he's watching him because he shouldn't even be in the officer's mess.
Yeah, it's like, why are you in the officer's lounge?
Right? He's and remember, the important part of Mayfield comes huge in this next scene because, again, it goes to protocols. As he goes to access the terminal, it goes to scan and it goes right over the top of his helmet and goes loud. And then now everybody's kind of, what's going on over
what's
here?
Up?
This guy out over here. And it's decision time. What did you guys think?
Well, I think everyone knew the helmet was coming off.
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah. But you almost feel bad whenever he has to take his helmet off.
Yeah, once he said he was going to go in and he was going to do it, I knew he had to take his helmet off. He had to. Yeah. If he didn't, then it's all out war, and they don't have the upper hand. So
there's taking your helmet off with your back to everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody really gets to see his profile, and he puts it back on, and it's over. That ain't what happened.
Right.
That's what they led you to believe was going to happen, though.
Yeah, that's possibly.
Happened. Because when he first took the stick and walked in, I'm like, okay, boom, scan, boom, boom, turn around, maybe fire him up and get the hell out of there. No. He takes it off, gets the scan, and as this information's downloading, this officer stands up and starts calling him out.
It's like, hey, trooper. You're like, uh-oh.
What's your rank or what's your TK
what's
number?
Your designation,
What's your designation?
First he asked his designation, He was like, transport co-pilot, like
co-pilot.
Co-pilot. And he goes, what's your TK number? And he's just
lost in headlights. He has no idea.
Mayfield has no choice but to jump in, and he does. Whether the guy recognizes him or not, he doesn't have any choice because this guy's made, you know. Oh, his TK number's blah 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 blah, and you got to talk real loud because he's deaf in one ear, and you know, and he's making up a bunch of really good excuses. And he's like, oh, okay.
Brown
eyes.
This interaction is tense, and then Mayfield tries to pull the classic, you know, if you're a fast talking smoothie, all right, thanks a lot, see you guys.
All right, let's get out of here. He's like, nope.
He's trying to walk off, and the officer's like, you haven't been dismissed.
Yep.
Oh, damn it.
Once he said that, I was like, uh-oh.
Don't get real up in here.
Yeah. I was like, oh boy.
And then he says, "You two are the boys. You're the only surviving. You're the only surviving transport for the day."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Notice didn't answer that real quick without having to. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Let's have a drink."
Yeah.
Oh,
and like, oh, okay.
and proceed to have a drink. Now, tell me what you think.
Like when he first said that, it kind of lightened the mood because you're kind of thinking, okay, he's not on to them. But I was thinking in the back of my head, maybe he is on to them. He's just going to see how long they're going to play this out.
I thought he was on to him the whole time, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think he was on to him.
He wasn't.
I don't think he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was never on to him.
Nope.
Now, here's this redemption story for Mayfield as they sit down at the table and things are tense. I mean, this was done really well because I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat going, you know, I think what's going to happen? What's he going to say? What's going to, you know, what? And they start telling this story back and forth between Mayfield and this commander.
That's a battle that had tough decisions had to be made.
A mission that went bad, basically.
Yep.
And what did I write it down? Did you write it down what the mission was?
Operation Cinder.
Operation Cinder.
Did you catch how they took the editing and made it more tense? Did you catch that?
Fantastic.
They took the editing and the way they dropped it over the shoulders and then dropped it to the Mandalorian where he's shaking his head. Don't.
No, well, that was the greatest part of that too. At one point, the Mando's straight, and then all of a sudden you just see that look straight over to Mayfield, like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, he's like, listen,
don't do it.
Don't do this, man.
Mayfield tells a tale of pretty horrific, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
And you feel for it. You know this is troopers, but you feel for it. I mean, again, I think this goes back to what we were saying. I mean, these are troopers that they're the bad guys, but they're still people.
Right.
And they have families.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to remember,
never really give a shit about a stormtrooper's family before.
Right. And a lot of the people who enlisted, they were basically enlisting in the military. They weren't enlisting for this evil force. They just wanted to earn a living, like go to the military. You know, how many people here in America go to the military, but when you're sent overseas and you're in these other people's countries, you're the enemy. So it's a similar thing. It's like the Empire, they don't see themselves as the enemy, most of them anyway. They see themselves as people that are trying to control or, you know, bring order to a galaxy. So
I think the lieutenant said something, you know, like, and it's the second or third time we've heard it, you know, like hail the Empire or something to that effect. But, you know, tough decisions had to be made, you know, and hail the Empire. And is I don't know if it really played out that way if I play it back. Not to completely digress, but one of my favorite scenes, and you're going to see it in a holiday movie coming up, in Christmas Vacation, when the in-laws show up and ring the doorbell.
Dun,
and the first
dun,
goes,
dun.
ding dong, and the second doorbell goes ding dong. The doorbell is like ding dong. That's how this conversation felt, because every time the lieutenant came to speak again, it got darker,
You could just see this guy was just a total.
Yeah.
Well, you see that this is stuff Mayfield had been holding on to since that battle. Yep. You know, he it's like he always wanted to confront this guy from the beginning.
Yep.
And you know, and now that he's finally there, he's like, screw it, I got to take my shot and finally confront this situation.
Yeah, and another thing that leads to, because remember when he first went in the room, he was like, "Oh, I served under this guy. He's gonna recognize me." But then he went in there, and the guy didn't recognize him from Adam. And Mayfield realized while he was talking, like anybody under him, he doesn't care about. He didn't care about his troopers. He didn't care about him. Like he was just a scumbag. Man. He just. So that just made him more mad. It's like, yo, I served under this dude. He doesn't even recognize me. And he just didn't care.
But then he did what I cheered. I jumped up and said, yeah!
Did y'all catch the feeling, though, the more he explained to him what happened there, and the more he come back with, it was bullshit, that he was starting to catch on as to who he was?
Yeah.
I mean, did y'all...
starting to catch.
Yeah, I think at that point, because he kept talking about the people and the families and the troops, and I think he started to go, okay, there's something about these guys.
Mayfield has a huge redemption moment. Not because he comes back again later with even another one, but right at this moment, this is his redemption arc.
Yeah,
he's sitting at the table and pulls the Han Solo who shot
first, shot only.
And in very similar Han Solo fashion, sitting at the table right across from the dude.
Yep.
Boom! And then turns to the other table and boom, the other two officers. Now Din's got to get up and start slapping a few fools. And it's video game again.
Yeah.
Right? Now their escape route is actually out that window. And thank goodness you got, I can remember Cara is Marshall Doom. What's the other lady? And she's a sharpshooter. And they're both way out there.
Perfect spot.
Yeah.
Perfect spot. And they're like, all right, who do you got? Like, I'll take the gunners. You take in. It was perfect because as soon as these guys bust out the window, the first one that poked his head out the window was pa-ding! And he was done. And then another one poked his head out the window, pa-ding! And he was done.
See, this part for me.
Laying waste. That's total video game.
Yeah, I was just about to say this part for me was video game.
Yeah,
right?
When I play games, I like to play the sniper, and this was my part of the game. Like this would be me. I'm up on the mountain or in the building, in the window, covering your escape. Let's go. I got you.
Total shooting fish in a barrel right there.
I loved it.
So they're gonna escape to the roof. And the escape is now Boba coming in Slave One to kind of take him away because they've gotten the information. And it's action-packed sequence there. Now, real quick, Slave One. I wrote this down at the very beginning. At the very beginning, when after they pick up Mayfield and they leave, is the very first time in my recollection.
Yeah, you get to see inside.
See the inside of Slave One and how that.
I always want to know how it happened because they rotated.
They pivoted and rotated around them as they were all sitting in this thing.
Yes. I mean, outside of like some of the toys that showed the inside, this is the first time you got to see it.
And I was like,
awesome. Ever since I seen that in an early movie, I always wonder. It's like, well, it goes like this, but then I'm like, how does that ever work?
And then the freaking Solo falls out the bottom. So I mean, come on.
That was so awesome. They actually showed the inside of how everything is like. It just rotates with the ship.
It's all
like
on the gravitation, so it's all staying level while the ship is rotating. It was awesome, man.
Has anyone ever noticed yet so far too that, and maybe it's a small thing I caught, but Boba hasn't taken his helmet off since he put it back on.
Yeah, for this episode, yeah.
He took it off for a brief second while they were talking. Yeah,
when they were talking about
it up. What did you think of Boba getting in the shop and?
Yeah, he shined up and painted up his armor. Hell yeah,
and got it all painted up nice.
Yeah, I liked it. A lot of people were talking bad about it, but I liked it.
About what?
He cleaned it up.
In the original movies, why would he spit shine it now? What's the reason for that?
Yo, he's a brand new Fett, man. Brand new Boba Fett.
Did y'all notice that even he doesn't say a whole lot, but you still feel like he's just a badass?
Yeah,
I mean, you still feel like Boba Fett's just a badass.
After that last episode, man, he's made his mark.
He's made his mark.
Yeah. He's that type of dude that, once they do something and show you how bad they are, you like, okay, I got you.
But Bo was that type of hero that he does the explosion, he just turns around and walks away from it.
Yeah,
badasses don't watch explosions.
Yeah,
that's right.
So let's away from them. They get away, and I'll be honest with you, man. I the holidays are tough for me, especially because the old man's gone, and I get all easily. It's like the wind can blow the wrong way, and I got tears crying.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you? It's just the way it is right now during the holidays. I rewatched the final scene of that episode 3 times. It was freaking awesome. So Moff Gideon's ship, he's on the bridge. Here comes his little crony lady. She says, "Hey, I think you want to see this." And here's the transmission. And it's Din Djarin, all beautiful, shiny. He basically word for word recants
the
what
same
Moff
thing
said to him when they were standing out in front of the cantina.
Yes,
you have something that belongs to with me. You have something that belongs with me, and I got chills. And then the final line was, "You have, it means more to me than you." And I was like, "No!"
Yeah, he basically stopped the same thing that Moff Gideon said to him. And it's like,
anytime you can take the same line and have a completely different interpretation of it and meaning of it, I love that kind of stuff.
But the best part about that was Moff Gideon's face.
I love that kind of stuff in folky country songs. I love that kind of stuff all the time. So if you get the same line, but coming from the point of view of the father saying, and that means more to me than I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Yep. Moff Gideon had like a smart smirk on his face until that very end, and he's just like, "Oh shit."
Yep. So what did you think about the criminal taking the sniper rifle and blowing that place up?
That was awesome.
That was the final redemption. Yeah. They sit on the hill waiting. Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
So we did skip over that part.
Yeah, we kind of skipped over that one.
Jumped right on to Boba Fett's flight, and then he's like, "Give me that rifle."
Yep. They let him go.
Yeah.
So he wasn't joking when he was a stormtrooper that could shoot.
Yeah.
He could actually hit things when
he was a sharpshooter. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. He proved it in this moment. Like, I know how to shoot.
Well, because I think even the girls were like, "Huh."
Yeah. Like they're snipers, so they know that was a good shot.
And at the end they have that conversation, and Marshal Dune looks at Din and says, "Man, I can't believe he passed away in that battle." And he's like, "Serious? Because I'll go."
Yeah, he's like, I'll kick rocks real quick if you need me to start going. Yeah,
you could tell he was kind of like, "Are they going to try to shoot me as I leave? Like, can I really go?" Like, so that was pretty cool. I like the fact that they did that. Another character moment for Cara Dune, like to show, she's not super by the book Republic. I mean, she's on this mission, so that already proves it. But by letting him go, it's like, we'll break some rules.
Definitely,
a lot of gray area. This whole episode was a bunch of gray area.
How many episodes left?
One more.
Yes, but
I said the same thing.
But according to if you guys watched me and JKL late last night, there is so much on the horizon for Star Wars.
More coming.
So much on the horizon.
Crazy,
I just can't wait. I can't wait.
Crazy.
I can't wait till the Ahsoka series.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
So there's 6 episodes of those. Is that what that one was?
I don't know. There's eight new shows. No, 9 new shows.
9 new shows
and 1 new movie.
Yeah.
So they are. So they're coming.
The Bad Ones is a cartoon.
Yeah, the Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
So what's the new movie? Do we know?
Again,
Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron. It's kind of like Top Gun in space. Should be awesome.
Something I almost guarantee you have never seen.
What?
All right, so you know that Dark Horse Comics made a bunch of comic books for Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And all different series. I've been collecting them, all these different series. I came across this one comic book that I'm having a hard time finding. And I don't know if
Is it number one
or an insert. It's this, and it's super, 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 super thin. So I don't know if it's a complete comic book. I don't even want to open it up. Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron number 1 special edition.
I think I might have that.
Of course you have it, JK.
I might have it. I'm not sure. I haven't been through those boxes in a while.
Said, of course you have it.
You have it.
Of course you have it. JKL, tell us the Easter eggs. We know you found them. What are they?
Listen, I know there's a lot in this episode I didn't catch because I'm sure there was some deep cuts that went over my head. But
there's a lot of it went over my head, so you're okay.
At the beginning, they had another possibly converted AT-AT in the background. The 4-legged walkers that were helping in the scrapyards. Behind Mayfield in one of the shots, they had a alien that kind of looked like the Wolfman from A New Hope. You know, when they go into the cantina and they show the different aliens. Don't remember the name of the species though. We talked about how the inside of the Slave One rotates. That was a good catch. I don't know how many people actually caught it. Some people probably didn't see it, but that was pretty cool. When they were talking about going into the base, and they kept talking about, well, I can't go because they'll know my face. And Boba Fett says they might recognize his face because his father was the template for the clones. He was an unaltered clone, so yeah, everybody knows his face. At least the Empire would know his face.
That's a good one.
The transport that they were driving in looks like one of the troop transports from the Clone Wars. I don't know if it's the same model or not. The old trope when they were inside, Mayfield was talking, you know, when the two opposing people, they're like, well, one of them's always like, we're the same on the inside. So, you know, that was kind of not really a Easter egg, but something. When the pirates were attacking, I was expecting to see Hondo. He was a character from Clone Wars and Rebels. He was like a pirate that was always
Hondo is also one of the main characters from the ride in Disney.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting to see him because he's a pirate and he's funny. Like his character's awesome. He'll double cross you in a second, but then come back to your side.
I would have assumed, JK, you already got the Hondo Disney, version of Hondo from the Smuggler's Run ride.
No, I've never been on any of that. I haven't been there. I would love to go there.
It's so nice to live so close that he just decides to
decide to go.
Listen, I go to Disney and I get into Star Wars Land, Star Wars World, whatever they call it. I'm not leaving. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna be in a corner somewhere. You know how when you go to Walmart at night, you hide in the tent. Yeah,
lightsabers.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running through the park at night. They go like, "What's that?" I'm ducking around. I'm never leaving.
I'm pretty sure I can show you some spots over there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, listen. All I need to know is where to get some food and where I can use the bathroom. I'm good. The guy that played the officer, the Imperial officer, he also played Joe Chill in the Batman Begins movies. He's the one who shot Bruce and Martha Wayne. I mean, Thomas and Martha Wayne. That was
cool. Wow. I would not have picked up on
Don't remember his name. I recognize his face. I didn't know who he was, but a friend of mine was like, oh, yeah, he played Joe Chill. I was like, oh, that's where I remember him from. When Mayfield was talking about Operation Cinder, that was one of the Emperor's contingency plans from either Battlefront and I believe one of the books. And basically what it was in the event of the Emperor's death, he had Operation Cinder, which was to destroy all the Empire planets because he figured if he couldn't lead, nobody could lead. So that was one of the Emperor's contingency plans.
Hold on there.
Yeah, it was kind of like a scorched earth type of thing. He was like, I'm going to blow it all to hell if I can't run it. Let me see. The sniper shot, Mayfield at the end, a call back to him saying he was a good shot. The seismic charges from the Slave One.
Oh, yes. That was awesome.
That was from really awesome. Attack of the Clones when he was using them against Obi-Wan. Well, Jango was using them against Obi-Wan. That was pretty good, cool.
Wait,
And
no,
of course,
when I saw the back of that thing pop out, I knew it was
I was
coming
like,
out. I was like, holy crap, they're doing it again.
And they did it the same way as in the movie. Right before it explodes, everything goes quiet, like sucks in all the sound. That's so awesome. I love it. And of course, last was Mando giving Moff Gideon the speech that he gave back to him, and it was kind of like Taken, like Liam Neeson. You know, it was that moment of, yeah, I'm coming for you. So
I've got special skills too.
Exactly. Got a certain set of skills. It was
Come
awesome.
on, man. That movie was good. You enjoyed that movie. People give
Oh,
that
absolutely.
movie
It was a good movie.
Well, at least since we had a quick Batman reference, at least it was to a good Batman and not to a particular new one coming out.
Yeah.
You gotta squeeze that in every show you're in, right?
Oh,
You've got to give him a chance. I'm telling you. For all we know, he's going to be much better Batman than we've ever seen.
I think JKL said the same thing last night. I'm going to look like crap if he actually becomes.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he's gonna be the best Batman,
either.
but it's always possible. So listen, I'm on the side of give him a chance. We'll see what happens. Like,
Yeah, I've got to give him a little bit of a chance first, and then I'll like tear him apart.
exactly. If he sucks, I'll be right there with you. I'll be right there with you. But I'm not gonna bash him before the movie comes out.
Where do we think it's going? Do we think that he's going to get the child before the season ends?
Oh, I think he's going to rock
make
my
us wait.
I don't think so.
You think they're going to make us wait?
Yeah. There's no way he gets him back before the season ends now. Come on.
I don't think so.
No.
I think there's going to be some sort of battle with Moff Gideon.
In the same room, but he sure as heck ain't leaving with him before the end of the season.
I think there's going to be some sort of battle with Moff Gideon, but I think they're going to send the child away just before he could get to him. Kind of you thought you had it.
Yep. Or the fact that he pretty much announced that he's coming for him, so the element of surprise is gone. So Gideon's going to be waiting.
Anyone else believe? I watched the end and said, dude, we've got to be able to see whatever Jedis are left out there, because it's still been left out that when the child did that whole whatever he did up on the rock, we still haven't seen any Jedi show up.
Right. And we might not. They might save it for the next season, because think about it like this. They end this season without any Jedi showing up, and then go into the next season, which is going to be a year from now. Most people are going to forget all about that. And then boom, a Jedi shows up and everybody goes, oh, right. Grogu contacted a Jedi, you know.
No. That's going to be the final scene of the season.
That's what I think. I think at very end, the Jedi are showing up.
Of who was that? Was that Luke? Was that Obi-Wan? Who was that? Was that Mace Windu? Who was it? That's
I think Mace. Oh, that's right. I think Mace is showing up. I'm calling him now.
I'm just
calling
saying.
Mace. No.
It's going to be some crazy reveal cliffhanger. What? Oh my God. We're going to talk about this for the next 6 months.
I think Mace Windu is showing up.
I don't want it to be Luke. Please don't give me Luke. Oh my
no young CGI'd Luke, huh?
I don't want Luke. No. He's got his own story. Give it to another Jedi. They have so many people they could use.
I'm down for Mace Windu showing up. Come on, man.
What could tie in there? Isn't there something that's supposed to tie into something new that they're doing? All the new releasing, isn't there something?
Hold on. I actually got a screenshot that I still have up from last night.
Squadron, isn't that like just part of this time period?
There you go.
I don't know, but I agree with all of y'all. They're not going to give us a child back this season.
Yeah,
I think it'll be mid to the end of next season before he gets the child completely back. Yeah. In my opinion.
There you go.
In my opinion.
This is next season's complete lineup. Minus Willow. Willow and Indiana Jones got announced too, but those aren't Star Wars. But
so Rangers of the New Republic, is that set in this period?
I think that has to do with Cara Dune. That's what we talked about last night.
Yeah, because she used to be a Ranger, so I think it has something to do with her, or maybe her squad she was with, something like that.
I don't know.
All I know is right here, Hayden Christensen was announced to come back and play Darth Vader.
Yes, in the Obi-Wan series. Yes.
In the Obi-Wan series?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're supposed to have another fight.
Yeah, another huge Obi-Wan Darth Vader battle. Come on, man.
Everyone needs one of those.
What I said last week about the HBO Max and the DC and the Watch.
Yep.
I said it's all right. Disney doesn't have to do anything because they've got Star
Wars and Marvel.
Well, dude, the Marvel stuff I had was 2 pages long.
Yeah.
Of stuff.
I mean, they got 2 of the biggest properties in the world, Star Wars and Marvel.
But here's the problem: is they can't step on their own feet with it, and that's kind of been the problem that we've seen with the Mandalorian and the trailers, and why they took so long, because they don't want to step on their own feet. Coming out with stuff. So these are not going to all drop at the same time. We might get one in between the Mandalorian and the next season. We might get one of these dropping, but they're also going to be dropping Marvel. And look, there's so much stuff that they don't want to step on their own feet with.
Well, the thing is, so you got to remember, as we talked about last night, coming with the Mando last season, and then going into this season, Disney set that TV bar up here.
Yeah,
they set that bar way up here. So anything less than this is, and everyone's just gonna, give it to them. If they want to know if the TV shows were gonna be popular for Star Wars, they answered their own question by having movie style TV shows to be able. And I think fans can accept the fact that we're only going to get a Mandalorian once a year,
right?
Because how much they put into this. I think they're going to do the same thing with Marvel. We're going to get an onslaught. Trust me, they release dates. And we're going to get an onslaught of Marvel. If everyone had a Marvel, withdrawals next year, not a chance in the world.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to get an onslaught.
Yeah, and
they're
unfortunately,
use that LED screen. I mean, every one of Disney's stuff now is going to have that LED screen. Have y'all ever watched any behind-the-scenes stuff about that? Because I love watching
the whole thing
in particular. Did y'all know that that's done by Unreal Engine? So Unreal Engine started Fortnite. So Fortnite was started by Epic Games, which was Unreal Engines, and it's a big progression of how the video game world has went, where you can move in the world on your PC. I mean, or on your game system. The world moves with you. It's no longer you moving and the world sits still. Y'all are moving together, and that's how those LEDs work.
Yeah,
it makes moving with the character, and it's unreal.
That's why they call it the Unreal Engine.
Chris is exactly right. Chris is exactly right that the bar is going to be set so high now for anybody making a TV show that they're going to have to get with the program. I mean, they're going to have to evolve with the program, or everybody's going to unevolve.
But they are definitely dumping a large investment in Disney Plus, because I mean there's so many TV shows from, I mean, look, you just saw how many out of all those shows you see up there, all of them were Disney Plus TV shows except for Rogue Squadron and Indiana Jones. And then of course Marvel, out of the 2 pages of stuff they sent, I'd say 70% of it is TV shows.
Yeah, they got Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Secret Invasion, Armor Wars, Ironheart.
Ironheart. That's already 7 TV shows, and I know I forgot something.
Sorry, I know we're talking Star Wars, but I'm gonna say, did anybody else other than me, JKL, see that new Loki trailer?
Oh, and Loki, forgot about Loki.
If you guys missed that Loki trailer, unreal. Go
to the Marvel Entertainment YouTube page. They got all the sizzle trailers on there. Watch them. Oh my God, they're awesome. So
Let's do reaction, guys. Let's do it right now.
Do reaction. Change the name of the stream. Let's go.
So I'm slightly afraid to do reaction videos. Do y'all do reaction videos?
I know
I've shown a trailer 2 different times. I think I've shown a trailer and I got popped for it twice.
I'm still trying to figure out.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I'm still trying to figure out how Perry does it.
Yeah, you can't show it. You're not supposed to show it.
It's the way he edits it. He spends hours and hours moving from the beginning to the back, to the back, to the middle, the middle, the back.
But he doesn't show clips longer than 10 seconds.
And it doesn't make sense. But the beauty of it now, I love Perry's reaction. Now that there's good reaction videos and great reaction videos and not so great reaction videos. If you're gonna do reaction video, react.
Yeah,
commentary. You got
to react.
Wow. You know, if you're gonna edit it, any time that you were quiet, leave that on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
you don't need to see that.
But Perry, if you guys haven't seen Perry's reaction videos, I mean, the way he cuts these and way he edits these are perfect. I don't think I could take as much time to edit as much as he does with these reactions.
Hours to edit those things.
I figured if I did any reaction videos, I'd do them on my own. At some point, I've decided that I'm going to go get my very first unboxing video, and I'll just do a reaction to it myself. I'm going to react to my own video.
Oh, I'd be in disgust with my first video.
I can't even look at my very first video. My kid picked her nose. I was like, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's the type of thing you tease and you go back. What you do is you have a giveaway and you tell people to go back and watch your first video.
No, I don't want people to watch my early videos.
What did my daughter do?
In my first video.
I'm quite all right with anybody ever going back to my early videos. They can just stay there.
Oh, I would love it. Go back and watch all my early stuff. It was a train wreck.
Yeah.
I think everybody's was, so that's how we learn, right?
Yeah, most people. Yeah.
We learn from just experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look, I'm eventually going to do it. I keep threatening that I'm going to do it. At some point, I'm going to do it. JB, what do you have going on next week? Anything you want to talk about?
I am actually working on something kind of cool. You know, I got my normal top 10 video, which is dropping on Wednesdays now instead of Thursdays. That was a big deal. And I'm going to be doing some unboxings because I got a package from this gentleman right up here I need to unbox. And I've got some other packages that need to be unboxed. But what I'm working on that's kind of cool, and I like to share with you. And let's see if I can.
I always like to see JB excited.
He always has stuff to share. He's like, oh,
I haven't been this excited in a while. So let's start with the text, maybe. No.
Take it easy, reading retail.
Yes, reading retail. Have a good evening.
Or sell.
Keep safe and sell. Yeah, keep us up. There you go.
I'm gonna do a series where I go through a stack of comic books, maybe 10 comic books per episode. And these right here are actually custom emojis that these two are both custom emojis that the subscribers who are members can use. And then during as I ask the question to the chat, is this a key? Is it a key? I don't know if it's a key, but if they say yes, it is a key. I've got all kinds of these custom emojis, right? So they can say, dude, that's a key. And then do I keep it? Do I keep it safe? Right? Or do I want to keep that safe?
That is awesome.
Or is it time to sell?
Yeah.
It is time to sell.
Sell. There you go. I knew you had that one.
You knew that was going to be in there, right? And if it's time to sell, I can turn all this off. I'm sorry, man. I'm making a jackass.
No, that's awesome.
Definitely not.
I don't even know where my camera's at now.
Let's see.
Video. Okay. And if we vote sell, the cool thing is if the chat votes sell, we'll come up with a quick price. I've got another couple extra tweaks to the show that I'm working on, maybe some additional pop-up windows to some referencing, like whether or not how to price it. And then it immediately becomes available for any level of Patreon supporter to claim.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Right into Patreon and go, boom, I want to claim that one. Bam. So it's kind of a cool benefit to the Patreon supporters because the only people that will be able to claim any of these books will be them. So it'll be cool.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Man, I know someone on this panel that's a Patreon supporter, JB.
So yeah. I'm gonna have to ask you something. How do you get those little custom emojis? Where are you getting those from?
I made them on Canva, downloaded them as transparent GIFs, and then uploaded them for my members. Because we get to I've got 12 custom emojis based on the number of members that I have. And then here, you ready for this one? The way I made this interactive is I asked the panel members, I sent the panel members the images. And notice, guys, if you look down at your StreamYard right now, you've got 3 dots. And with those 3 dots, you can actually change the image of your avatar. And that's how they voted. They chose the image of keep or sell and then turn their camera off to show which one they chose.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was pretty sweet. That was thinking right there.
Nice.
Well, that was thinking right there. That was pretty slick. Good job. JKO, anything coming up you want to talk to us about?
Hold on a second.
I love it.
Nice.
Goodness
All right. I got my 300 subscriber giveaway going on right now. I had to calm everybody down.
Didn't you tell me I already won that one?
Yeah, no.
Well, you know,
look, everybody says they're rigged anyways. I just want to like help the conspiracy out a little.
Yeah, all three of you. Each one of you already won the pop. I don't even know why I'm doing it. 3 winners right here. Listen, go to the videos, drop the hashtags, enter. I don't care. Come on. But I did it the same way you guys did for me. You know, go to 3 different videos, drop the hashtags, 3 different giveaways. I'm announcing the winners December 16th, which I believe is Wednesday, on me and Pop Heat show, Hot Topics. You have to be in the chat in order to claim the prize. Sorry, so show up for that. And I got other videos coming. Other stuff. I'll be working on a lot of stuff this week. I'll have some time, so I'll be editing out a whole bunch of stuff. So stuff's coming.
Good deal. Chris, anything coming up about? He said, "Sell, selling it."
Sell.
Got some Marvel stuff coming up. Got some Funko stuff coming up. I don't know what I'm putting out this week. As far as that, we got our usual Friday night show with a Patreon giveaway coming up this upcoming Friday. But actually, one thing I remembered that Wayne and I forgot to mention at the end of our show yesterday is we are both going to be guests on a particular popular YouTube show lately on Monday nights.
Wow.
I'm not doing my show on Monday. What are you talking about?
We are going to be part of Cody from Popular Opinions.
Awesome.
What was it?
Yeah, it's Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. I can't remember what he calls it. But
Wheel of Misfortune. Yeah.
It's going to be me versus Wayne.
Awesome.
Ooh, nice.
Awesome. We got to get the little side action going. We got to get a little side.
Hey, well, heads up, I'm a little ADD, so remembering things on the spot's kind of hard for me. So I'm probably losing that one. I mean, just heads up.
So definitely come check us out, Cody. Popular Opinion Monday night. You're going to have the Wayne Tech Experience joining him.
Hey, but
okay, cool.
Maybe I can get him to give me the questions in advance. That's exactly what I should be trying to do right now. Give me a little while.
East Coast? You guys are all on the East Coast, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm on a show tonight, but it doesn't start till 11 p.m. East Coast.
Oh, that's going to be like 1 o'clock my time.
Sleep. Yeah, I don't know.
Good show.
I'm doing my best to say. I'm going to be on Spine Ticks.
Spine Ticks.
I'll be sharing it on my homepage, in my guest appearances. It's a great show. Just comic book guys. They're talking mostly, mainly comic book speculation type stuff, and what are the hot covers and what's going on in the industry, and they have a good time, especially because it's so late that you're pretty. By the time you get to that show, about 11 o'clock on a Saturday night,
Did you say it's 11 o'clock Eastern time? Or?
No, 11 o'clock Western.
No. 8 p.m. my time. 8 p.m. my time. So 11.
Okay. 11 o'clock our time. Not bad.
I might be up, but I'm going to have a couple of beers before then. So, I mean, I'm going to be completely
honest. Way more than a couple.
Hey, wait, Wayne, we can always play the sync game. The one word sync game that we did to JKO.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's what we should do.
Oh, you guys still got something coming for that, though.
Yeah.
Don't think I forgot about it.
Yeah, hey guys, I appreciate y'all sitting down and hanging out with me as always.
Absolutely.
A link to these guys' channel is down in the description below. Make sure you go check them out. Subscribe to their channels. Like this video. Have a good evening, guys. We will see y'all Monday.